Did you know one of Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest controversies may have never actually happened?
It's the spring of 2015. The metagame is dominated by Necros and the infamous Djinn lock.
In the years leading up to this format, there was a culture of gentlemen's agreements, where players would agree to side out certain cards, like Vanity's Emptiness, that were perceived to be unfair. This trend continued with Djinn, where players would agree to side out their copy of Djinn for games 2 and 3. However, cards sided out in a gentleman's agreement were typically limited to 1 copy, but Djinn could be played at the maximum 3 copies. The legend has it that the king himself, Pat Hoban, devised a clever plan to take advantage of the gentleman's agreement. He would agree to side out his copy of Djinn from the main deck, but he secretly had a second copy in his side deck, which he would side in to replace the copy that he sided out. Very sneaky indeed. This sparked outrage amongst the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Some players labeled Hoban a cheater. Others saw this tactic as not technically cheating, but still dishonorable.
But did you know that although Hoban received major criticism for siding in a second copy of Djinn, it may have never happened, at least according to him. Although he and Ben Leverett did both include a second copy of Djinn in their side decks, Hoban tells his side of the story in his book, Road of the King. What I never told people was that I never actually sided in the second Djinn. I just took the heat for it so Ben didn't have to. Not that it matters. It was my idea, and I fully intended to execute it, but I just didn't have a good chance to. One round went into time game 1, another round my opponent refused to side out Djinn, and one last round I was playing on camera and didn't want to spoil the tactic for future events. But what do you think? Did Patrick Hoban cheat? Or is all of this controversy unwarranted?